Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here, and welcome back to my Reusable Space Program, Season 3, Episode 32, Part 1. So this is going to be a short episode today, and I was originally going to have this be part of the main episode, and then it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So we are doing a quick mining run here on Minmus, and we are landing on Minmus is always fun because it's like it's really easy to do, but it takes so long. And I'm just looking for a spot. I'm time warping through this. I'm not even worried about how fast I'm going. There's so little gravity. But the mining takes so much longer on Minmus. I'm curious, next time I think I want to land not in the, like, on the bottom. I don't know if this is ice. It looks like ice. But I don't know if I want to try landing on the not ice section and see if maybe mining goes faster. But boy, does it take a long time. Let's see. 1 hour and 14 minutes into it now. And now we're 127 days later. Yeah, 127 days. Mining on Minmus is fairly easy, but it takes way too long. Alright. Get into a 100-kilometer orbit. Nope, 200. I had planned on trying to just do a straight rendezvous with the station, but that didn't work out. Alright, I'll just go through all that stuff. So, my goal right now is to get everything refueled. At least that was the goal I had set out. I wanted to do that before I ended the season. But hey, I'd like to thank all the new subscribers. When I started this season, we were at 100 and we were in the 140s, and now, as of the recording of this episode, we are at 200, which means we met our goal for 200 subscribers. So I will drive a rover train from the equator of the Mun to the North Pole of the Mun, and yeah. Not everything goes as planned for the last episode. And it's just a thing. So this episode will come out in 3 parts, and I may go ahead and tack on part of the 200 subscriber special. And the part I mean is where I land. I need to land a ground base on the in the North Pole of the Mun. Just coming in for docking. Don't know why this is being so difficult. That wasn't too bad. And then my favorite thing to do is transfer fuel. Yeah, step one is make sure the mining ship has all its fuel. Then transfer fuel over to the tanker. Oh, there. So yeah, the whole fuel transfer thing is it's one of my least favorite things to do. But it's also important that I get all the fuel, as much fuel as possible. And that's the problem, is 127 days and it's only half full, and even if I do one more run, that's not going to be quite enough. So I will probably go ahead and tack on a second part of this episode where I land a base on the North Pole. Hey Internet, Dracofunk is here, although you know that because this is just being added on. I normally don't show my build videos, so this is one of the first times. Not one of the first. Well, it is one of the first time. It's not one of the first time. I don't know what I'm saying. Either way, this is a build video, and I am constructing the North Pole base that I'm going to put on the moon, and it needs to be a lander, and so it has to have its own engines. And I thought about using the same base as the North Pole and South Pole bases, but I actually wanted to do something a little different, and I had to make sure that it had plenty of, that it was suitable to land on the moon. There we go. And I want to put a pilot and an engineer on it, and here it is. Now we just need to launch it. And flying through the clouds. Hopefully, I'm a little bit nervous about the booster separation. There, it went fine. They might have hit afterwards, but I'm sure it was just... This is fine. I'm sure were able to be recovered. They had parachutes on them. And I'm going to put it in a... My goal is to put it in a 100-kilometer orbit. The booster isn't going to get it there, but the booster itself has parachutes, and now the base itself is under its own power. It should have plenty of delta V to circularize the orbit and do the landing. See if I can get it into an actual 100-kilometer orbit. undershot just a little bit. That's okay. Doesn't have to be exactly 100 kilometers. There. Now, I've fixed the docking ports, so these space trucks are ready to go. I got 2 left that are fully fueled. Alright. So this space truck has 4100 Delta V. So this should be able to tow the base to lunar orbit. But not just lunar orbit, I need to get it in a polar orbit. And it will have to refuel at the Mun station. But that shouldn't be a problem. And there we are. And I'm pretty much already aligned, so I just need to... Well, that's convenient. I don't think I'm going to have to do much, if any, realignment. If out of everything I've done this season, the space trucks are what has made me the happiest. They have come out, they function exactly like I wanted them to function. And there we are. Now I need to go and actually shut down the engines on the surface base. Otherwise, they will turn on. And because of the engines on the surface base, my nav ball is confused. Even though it clearly says I have enough Delta V, it thinks I don't. The other thing that messed me up is the burn time was wrong. But that's okay. I'm sure I'm close enough. Just make sure I have this listed as a ship. Sometimes some of the space trucks get labeled as not a ship because of the cockpit I used. And I'm watching a map view to make sure that I'm actually on the course I want to be. I should have started burning a little bit sooner, but that's okay. Alright. And I want to come in, this time I actually want to come in on an inclination. And I probably could have messed with it and got even a better inclination. But that's okay. I'm still coming in slightly lower. I thought I'd done a little bit better, but that's okay. Let's get this circularized. I'm using the alarm clock because I'm tired, and when I get tired, sometimes I accidentally blow through my maneuver nodes, which is bad when I'm trying to do an orbital capture. No. Okay, go back and look. Okay, that's... See? All right. And so if you're unaware, the reason I'm doing this is I need to put a base roughly at the North Pole of the Mun. So I have a target to drive to. A few months ago, I set out. I didn't really announce it really too big, but I set a 200 subscriber challenge that if we reached 200 subscribers by the end of the year, I would drive a rover from the equator of the Mun to the North Pole. And we have successfully reached that goal. So I am landing. This is the base. I'm going to land, and I think one of the mods I installed messed up my night vision. Not night vision, but I had it so that even when it was dark, you could still kind of see better, and I don't know why it's not working very well. Alright, now, honestly, I'm not going to set it down directly at the North Pole. I'm going to get as close as I can. And I'm looking kind of for a flat spot. I'm kind of dreading driving here because the terrain here is horrendous, and I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's so bad. And I was trying to land in a relatively flat spot, and there just isn't one. Oh, what have I done? I did say I was going to attempt to. I don't know, guys. This might be more difficult than the last challenge. So for the 60 subscriber challenge, I drove a rover from the KSC to the North Pole of Kerbal. For the 100 subscriber challenge, I drove that rover train from the North Pole of Kerbal to the South Pole of Kerbal. And while I did make it, it wasn't without a few accidents. But hey, if you haven't done so, like and subscribe, hit the bell so you can see when new episodes come out, and so you can see me probably fail this 200 subscriber challenge. And hey, you can watch the rest of the Reusable Space program. We're finishing up season 3, and we'll be starting season 4 soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.